first thing I wanted to do is kind of connect the dots with the investment you got here for RealWear. And I think it sounded like that was the reason you ended up moving here. But yeah, I wanted to connect those dots and hear more about that venture fund.
Let's talk about Vancouver, because you guys all have vested interest in Vancouver and the Portland area. We were looking at the typical places, right? We went down to Silicon Valley. We try to be cool tech guys with our cool shoes down in Silicon Valley. We looked at Nashville, Tennessee. We looked at Austin, Texas. We actually looked at Des Moines, Iowa. My wife said no way, but yeah, but Des Moines is kind of cool for startups. Detroit's got some interesting things. You can get some money and stuff. But we looked at all the different areas and we said, what's the place that can give us great balance of life, balance for our kids, good school systems. What's a good spot? And weirdly enough, we settled on Vancouver. So we got a grant from the state of Washington that brought us out here. So we didn't have the full A round then, but we got a grant that was enough to get us going to get out here. Now we spent all of our money. It was on local contractors, local things. It was like very compliance-driven spend, right? Everything had to be local focused, and we were very good. We're very indebted to CRDC, to Dave, to Charles, for all the people that were there. The investment came from a speed dating event, believe it or not like real dating, but there was a group like this, right, at a coffee house. 26-year-old single guy that I'm still really good friends with today, who started a company recently in Portland. He's gone there to try to meet women. And Charles is there, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go network and do all this stuff. He calls me. He says, Brian, I just met, this guy Dave, Charles, all the CRDC guys or whatever. You've got to meet this guy tomorrow. And because they're very interested in creating business here locally. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm going to, cancel my plans, all this stuff. I canceled my entire schedule and went and met with some of the folks from Couve Ventures. We had a great meeting. The next day, 2 days later, we were supposed to fly to Europe for a term sheet that we had and it was not, we were like, okay, we were going to take this term sheet. And Couve Ventures said, hey, you please, let us have a chance at it because we want to bring this here, right? And long story short, we canceled the trip to Europe and closed that deal in 2 meetings. And that became our B round. So the company's still alive and well today. We've been through it all with JP Morgan, Qualcomm, Bose, all as our investors. We had, very significant valuations, ideas of going IPO and SPAC and all these fun things. But, company's alive and well today, and there's a great M&A possibility here for Vancouver in the next, say, year or two.